Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today, the Cubs are going to finish up this 2-game road trip in Cincinnati. And after a day off, we'll continue on to Toronto for 3 games. Today's game against Cincinnati will feature a matchup between the starting pitchers of Mike Clevinger for the Cubs, making appearance number 19. He is 9-3 with a 2.99 ERA, 1.05 WHIP. Facing off with the Reds' Trevor Bauer. He is making start number 24 on the season. He's 11-5 with a 3.12 ERA, 1.14 WHIP. The Cubs lineup will be Cabrera, Bryant, Bogaerts, Santana, Hayward, Bradley, Tauchman, Ramos, and then the pitcher Clevinger. The Reds lineup today will lead off with Van Meter, followed by Votto, Castellanos, Moustakas, Suarez, Barnhart, Akiyama, Galvis, and Bauer. It is 77 degrees today in Cincinnati. The wind is blowing out to left at 10 mph. We are heading for a beautiful game. You can tell there's a capacity crowd here in Cincinnati today, as we close the windows and shut some of that noise out. Trevor Bauer standing on the mound to face Asdrubal Cabrera. Cubs trying to play spoiler in the division. They knocked off the Reds yesterday, 6-0. They come in with a 56-63 record, facing off with the Reds, who lead the division and are 63-55. The Reds are on a 7-game losing streak and have taken 9 out of 14 from the Cubs on the season. And here is the pitch. And that's lined down the right field line into the corner. This is going to be extra bases for Cabrera. He rounds first, heading to second, sliding in safely with a leadoff double. So, Cabrera, standing on second with a double, brings up Kris Bryant. Bryant facing Bauer with a 2-2 count, and Bryant is hitting the knee with a pitch. So Bryant heads down to first. There are now runners on first and second with nobody out, and Xander Bogaerts is the batter. Bogaerts waiting for the first pitch. He lines that one down the left field line. That's going all the way to the wall. 1 run will score. Bryant heading for third. He is going to get the stop sign and hold up at third base. Bogaerts has an RBI double, and the Cubs are ahead 1-0 in the top of the first inning. Trevor Bauer on the mound has yet to record an out. He's allowed 2 extra base hits. It brings up Danny Santana now. 1-ball count to Santana. He lines that one past the second baseman into right field. Another run's going to score. Runner rounding third, heading home. The throw comes home. He is safe. So Bryant scores, Bogaerts scores, and it is 3-0 Chicago with the Danny Santana 2-run RBI single. Jason Hayward now the batter. Cubs up 3-0 in the top of the first inning. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Santana takes off. He steals the base uncontested, as Barnhart does not even bother to throw down to second base. Santana is 18 for 21 stealing bases this season. Hayward now waiting for the full count pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Hayward is struck out. Chases one inside. That's actually 180 strikeouts on the season for Trevor Bauer. And now Jackie Bradley will come up with 1 out and a runner on second. Here's the first pitch to Jackie Bradley. Popped up to center field. Akiyama heading over toward right center and making the catch for out number 2. Mike Tauchman now batting, 2 outs, runner still on second base. Here's a full count pitch to Mike Tauchman. Grounded toward first, scooped up by Votto, and he steps on the base for out number 3. The Cubs score 3 times in the top of the first inning. It is a 3-0 Chicago lead going into the bottom of the first. Mike Clevinger stepping out onto the rubber for the Cubs, facing off with the Reds' leadoff hitter, Josh Van Meter. Here is a 2-2 pitch from Clevinger. Looking for the sign, and here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Van Meter waves at the curveball and cannot make contact, bringing up Joey Votto. Votto waiting for a full count pitch, and he takes outside for ball 4. Votto takes his base, bringing up Nick Castellanos. With 1 out, 1 man on, here's a 2-0 pitch to Castellanos. That's lined into the left field gap. That is going to be extra bases. Votto is rounding second, heading for third. He is going to stop at third base. Castellanos has a 1-out double, and that will bring up Moustakas with 1 out, runners on second and third. Here's an 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Clevenger got him with the changeup at 83. So that's 2 outs in the inning, and it brings up Eugenio Suarez. 2 outs, 2 men on. 1 ball count from Clevenger, trying to hold the Reds right here. And there's the pitch. Right center field. That's going to be trouble. Going back, and it is a 3-run home run. Basically, just slightly to the right of straightaway center field. And we have a tie ball game, 441 feet out to straightaway center. Suarez gets the 3-run home run. Well, we have a brand new ball game now in the bottom of the first inning, and Tucker Barnhart is the batter. 3-0 pitch from Clevenger. Ball 4 low. Barnhart takes his base, and that is 2 walks on the inning for Clevenger, bringing up Akiyama. With 2 outs, runner on first, here's a 1-1 pitch to Akiyama. Grounder up the middle. Bogaerts has it, steps on second to get the lead runner and end the inning. Well, the Reds score 3 times. We go to the top of the second inning of a 3-3 tie. Bauer pitching to Ramos to lead off the Cubs half of the second. Here's the first pitch from Bauer. Grounder up the middle. Second baseman has it this time. Throw over first, and that is out number 1. Clevenger now batting. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 pitch to Clevenger. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a fastball, and Clevenger could not keep up. Asdrubal Cabrera now is the batter. 1 for 1 on the day. 1-2 pitch to Cabrera. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll retire the side. The Cubs go down in order in the second. We go to the bottom of the second inning of a 3-3 tie. Freddie Galvis stepping up for the Reds, leading off in the bottom of the second inning. Here is a 1-ball pitch from Clevenger. The bunt is down. Clevenger reacts, gets it, throws to first, and retires Galvis for out number 1. Trevor Bauer now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 pitch to Trevor Bauer. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Bauer chased one outside the zone right there. That is 3 strikeouts on the day for Clevenger, and it brings up Josh Van Meter. 1-2 pitch to Van Meter. That's hit hard into right field. However, Hayward tracks it down and makes the catch on the run for out number 3. So the Reds retired in order in the bottom of the second inning. We go to the top of the third of a 3-3 tie. Chris Bryant leading off for the Cubs. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Here's the 2-2 count and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Bryant cannot make contact with that cutter, and now it brings up Xander Bogaerts. 4 strikeouts on the day for Bauer. 2-2 pitch to Bogaerts. Bauer looking for the sign, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a fastball that was outside, and Xander Bogaerts just waves at it, chasing a pitch outside the zone. Danny Santana now batting. 2 outs, nobody on. Santana waiting for the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3 at the changeup. So Bauer gets 3 strikeouts on 3 different pitches. We go to the bottom of the third of a 3-3 tie. Clevenger working to Votto to lead off the Reds half of the third. Here's a 1-ball pitch. That is hit pretty high and pretty deep down the right field line. Votto gets all of that one. Home run number 16 on the season for him. 368 feet down the right field line, and the Reds now lead 4-3. Clevenger continuing to be plagued by gopher balls. And now it brings up Nick Castellanos. 1-2 count Clevenger with the pitch. That's hit high to right center field. However, Hayward will have a play. He gets under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Moustakas now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here is a full count pitch to Moustakas. Lined over the second baseman's head into right field. Hayward makes the play. Moustakas has a single, and it brings up Suarez. With 1 out and 1 man on, Suarez hit a home run that tied the game in the bottom of the first inning. Clevenger working carefully with a 2-2 count. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Well, Clevenger figured out what to throw him that time. It was the fastball at 97, and Suarez could not catch up to it. Barnhart now batting with 2 outs and a runner on first. Here is a full count pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3 on the changeup. So that is the inning. The Reds strand 1 and score 1. We go to the top of the 4th of a 4-3 Cincinnati lead. Jason Hayward leading off for the Cubs against Bauer in the top of the 4th inning. Here is a 1-2 pitch to Jason Hayward. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Chased a cutter that was low, and he will chase that one right back to the dugout for the first out of the inning. Jackie Bradley now coming up to the plate. 7 strikeouts on the game for Trevor Bauer as he faces Bradley with a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Bradley lines that one down the right field line. That's going all the way to the wall. Extra bases, rounding first, heading for second. The throw goes to the cutoff man. Bradley slides in safely into second base with a 1-out double. So Bradley, getting to second base, is going to be in scoring position as Mike Tauchman comes up to bat with 1 out and a 3-0 pitch. Inside for ball 4. Tauchman shows good patience, drawing the 4-pitch walk, and it brings up Wilson Ramos. Ramos with 1 out, runners on first and second, trying to help the Cubs tie this game back up. Here's a 3-0 pitch to Wilson Ramos, and he takes low for ball 4. So the bases are loaded with 1 out, and now Kerry Wood, in an aggressive move, decides to send Jay Bruce up to the plate. I like this move. So Jay Bruce, the lefty, coming up to pinch hit against the righty Bauer with the bases loaded and 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Bruce waiting for the full count pitch. And here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Well, that's strikeout number 8 on the day for Bauer. Bruce heads back to the dugout. And now Asdrubal Cabrera comes up with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Cubs trying to get back in this game, tie it or take the lead with a base hit. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Cabrera. He lines that one to the gap in left center field. That's going to drive in a couple of runs. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Rounding third and heading home. The throw comes home, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning as Tauchman runs through a stop sign at third base trying to score. Cabrera is credited with a 2-run RBI double. Tauchman thrown out at home to end the inning. The Cubs do retake the lead, however, at 5-4. Junior Fernandez is coming out to pitch for the Cubs in the bottom of the 4th inning. He's going to face the lower third of the Reds lineup, Akiyama, Galvis, and Bauer. Fernandez, 24 2/3 innings on the season, 21 walks, 25 strikeouts, and a .693 ERA. Fernandez, staked to a 1-run lead, is working with a full count against Akiyama. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Fernandez gets the punch out with the sinker to lead off the inning. Bringing up Freddie Galvis now with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-ball pitch to Freddie Galvis. Grounder in front of the plate. The catcher pops up and has it. Throws to first, and Ramos retires him 2-3 for the 2nd out of the inning. Derek Dietrich will now pinch hit for the Cincinnati starter. So neither starter makes it beyond the 4th inning. Dietrich will face Fernandez with 2 outs and nobody on. Here is a full count pitch to Derek Dietrich. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3 on the changeup. Fernandez gets 2 strikeouts. The Reds are retired in order. We go to the top of the 5th 5-4 is the Cubs lead. Chris Bryant leading off for the Cubs. In the top of the 5th inning, he will face Lucas Sims, who has thrown 43 2/3 innings, 19 walks, 63 strikeouts, and a 6.39 ERA. Bryant waiting for the full count pitch. And here's the sign and the pitch. Outside for ball 4. Bryant does not chase that fastball outside, and he draws the walk, and it brings up Xander Bogaerts. 1 for 2 with an RBI today. Bogaerts. Oh, and there's a pickoff throw, and Bryant is caught sleeping over at first base. He is picked off for the first out of the inning. Xander Bogaerts now the batter, with 1 out and still waiting for the first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Struck him out on a fastball with a full count. And now Danny Santana comes up with 2 outs and nobody on. Sims working with a 1-2 count. Grounder to second. The throw goes over to first, and Santana's retired as the Cubs go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th of a 5-4 Cub lead. Junior Fernandez will come back out to face the top of the Reds lineup in the bottom of the 5th inning. Fernandez, 19 pitches already today, working with a 2-0 count to Josh Van Meter. That's a liner over the third baseman's head down the left field line. That's going to drop in for a base hit. That'll be a leadoff single for Van Meter. And now Fernandez will be working to Votto with nobody out and a runner on first. And this is a 1-strike pitch from Junior Fernandez. Here it comes. Popped up center field, deep but playable. Caught on the warning track by Bradley for out number 1. Votto certainly gave that one a ride, but Bradley got under it, made the catch for out number 1. Castellanos now the batter. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Facing Fernandez with 1 out and a runner on first. Here's a 1-1 pitch. And the runner's going. The throw goes down to second. He slides, and the throw goes into center field. So the runner advances all the way to third on the bad throw by Wilson Ramos. And now Castellanos is batting with a 1-2 count and the tying run 90 feet away. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Castellanos is strikeout victim number 3 for Fernandez. And it brings up Moustakas. He is 1 for 2 today as well. Moustakas batting with 2 outs and the tying run on third base. Here is a 1-2 pitch from Junior Fernandez. Strike 3 called, and Moustakas heads back to the dugout. He's just muttering to himself. He knew he should have swung at that one. So, strikeout number 4 for Junior Fernandez ends the inning. We go to the top of the 6th. It is a 5-4 Cub lead. Jason Hayward is going to lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 6th inning. Facing Lucas Sims, coming back out for his 2nd inning of work. Here is a 1-2 pitch from Lucas Sims. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Hayward chased one that was outside the zone, and he has 3 strikeouts on the day, and now the Reds are going to bring in a new reliever. It is Robert Stevenson. He has logged 50 1/3 innings on the season, 26 walks, 60 strikeouts, and a 5.72 ERA. Facing off here with the lefty Jackie Bradley in the top of the 6th inning. 0-2 pitch to Bradley with 1 out and nobody on base. Stevenson looking for the sign and the pitch. Strike 3 called, and Bradley is sent packing as he is unhappy with that call by the home plate umpire. Mike Tauschman, now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on, facing Stevenson with a 3-1 count. That is outside for ball 4. Stevenson issues the base on balls. Tauschman heads down to first, and Wilson Ramos is the next batter. 2 outs, runner on first, and the first pitch to Wilson Ramos. Grounded towards short. The throw goes to second to get the lead runner, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs get a base runner. He is stranded. We go to the bottom of the 6th of a 5-4 Chicago lead. Suarez leading off for the Cubs against Fernandez, who's coming out for inning of work number 3. We're riding the hot arm here, I suppose, in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's a 1-ball pitch from Fernandez. Grounder toward first. Santana has it. Throws, and that throw gets away. He was trying to get it to the pitcher, Fernandez, who was covering first. And the throw was high. Fernandez could not reach it. So Suarez goes to second on the throwing error. And now the Cubs are going to bring in John Loaiza. Loaiza has thrown 101 2/3 innings on the season. He's spent most of the year as a starter. 36 walks, 108 strikeouts, and a 4.69 ERA. He is facing Tucker Barnhart, the Reds catcher, with nobody out, tying run in scoring position in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here is a 2-2 pitch to Tucker Barnhart. Loaiza looking for the sign. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Gets the strikeout on the fastball at 98. And Loaiza will now work to Akiyama with 1 out and a runner on second. Here is a 1-1 pitch to Akiyama. Popped up right center field. Looks playable for Bradley. He calls off Hayward and makes the catch for out number 2. The runner briefly thinks about tagging up and advancing, but thinks better of it and heads back to second base. Galvis now the batter with 2 outs and a runner on second. Here is the first pitch to Freddie Galvis. Loaiza working. Grounder towards second. Cabrera has it, flips to first, and that will retire the side. So the Cubs managed to navigate the error and still prevent the Reds from scoring. We go to the top of the 7th inning of a 5-4 Cub lead. Tyler O'Neill leading off for the Cubs in the top of the 7th. He is the pinch hitter for the pitcher's spot, and he is going to face Robert Stevenson in the top of the 7th inning with a 2-2 count. Stevenson with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Tyler O'Neill is set down with the high fastball, and it'll bring up Asdrubal Cabrera. The switch-hitting Cabrera will bat from the left side against the righty Stevenson. Here is a full count payoff pitch to Asdrubal Cabrera. That is low. It is ball 4. That one was actually in the dirt. The catcher had to try to block it, and that is a base on balls for Asdrubal Cabrera, bringing up Chris Bryant. Bryant, with 1 out and a runner on first, looking to try to help the Cubs extend this 5-4 lead. Here's the first pitch, and he takes off. Cabrera steals second easily. He now has 6 stolen bases on the season. I think Stevenson just forgot he was out there. He beat that throw. He didn't even really need to slide, I don't think, into second, but he did anyway. So Bryant now batting with 1 out, runner in scoring position. Here's an 0-2 pitch to Chris Bryant. Grounder toward third. The runner has looked back. The throw goes to first, and Bryant is retired for out number 2. Xander Bogaerts now the batter, and he will face the new Red reliever, Joel Kuhnel. Kuhnel has thrown 33 innings, 6 walks, 28 strikeouts, and a 3.55 ERA. He will face Xander Bogaerts with a runner on second and 2 outs. Here's a 3-0 pitch to Xander Bogaerts. Kuhnel looking for the sign. Here's the pitch. Way outside for ball 4. So that is a base on balls for Xander Bogaerts, and it brings up Danny Santana. He is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs on the day. Santana coming up with 2 outs, 2 men on. Cubs up 5-4. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Grounder up the middle. The shortstop has it. Steps on second base to retire the runner, and that will end the inning. The Cubs get 2 base runners, but they do not score. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning of a 5-4 Chicago lead. And now Trevor Rosenthal is brought out to pitch. He is going to face a pinch hitter, Mark Payton of the Reds, who is 11 for 42 on the season with 3 RBIs. Rosenthal has thrown 50 2/3 innings. He has 31 walks to 55 strikeouts with a 2.31 ERA. Rosenthal facing Payton to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning. Here is a 1-strike pitch from Trevor Rosenthal. Looking for the sign. And here it comes. Lined past the first baseman into right field. That'll be a leadoff single off the bat of the pinch hitter, Payton. Bringing up Josh Van Meter with the tying run on first. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's a 1-ball pitch and he is hit. That is a hit by pitch, which is going to put runners on first and second with nobody out. And now Joey Votto is the batter. Votto is 1 for 2 with a home run already in this game. He hit a solo home run in the bottom of the third inning. Rosenthal now facing Votto with nobody out, 2 men on. Here's a 2-1 pitch from Trevor Rosenthal. And that's a grounder to first. Santana has it. He flips to the pitcher Rosenthal covering first for the sure out. The runners advance to second and third, and now Nick Castellanos is the batter. Castellanos coming up to face Rosenthal in a key situation in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Cubs are up by 1. The Reds have runners on second and third with 1 out, and Castellanos waiting for the full count pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Rosenthal punches him out with the fastball at 98. That is what I like to see. Castellanos has 100 strikeouts on the season now, and Rosenthal will face Moustakas as the infield is now playing back and on a shift over toward the first base side. Moustakas, with 2 outs and 2 men on, is going to face Rosenthal with a 2-2 count. Popped up behind second base. Cabrera looking up. He has it to end the inning. So the Cubs managed to escape that trap. We go to the top of the 8th inning. It is still a 5-4 Chicago lead. Ian Kennedy is going to be pitching for the Reds in the top of the 8th inning. He has thrown 45 2/3 innings, 12 walks, 44 strikeouts, and a 5.32 ERA. He will face Hayward, Bradley, and Tauchman in the top of the 8th inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Hayward as Kennedy works. That's lined into right field. That is going to go all the way to the wall for extra bases. Hayward rounding first, heading for second. He will have a leadoff double for the Cubs in the top of the 8th inning. That was a well-hit ball, just a rocket out to right field, and it brings up Jackie Bradley. With nobody out, runner in scoring position, Cubs looking to add to this 5-4 lead. Here's a 2-2 pitch, grounder to first, and Votto steps on the base to get Bradley on the force. Hayward is going to advance to third, and it'll bring up Mike Tauchman. With 1 out, runner on third, and here's a 1-1 pitch to Tauchman. That's lined into right field. The throw comes home. Hayward comes home, and Hayward is safe. So that is a sac fly to right field as Hayward barely beats the throw home. Credit Tauchman with the RBI. That's his 44th of the season. And the Cubs now have a 6-4 lead. Ramos now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on, facing Kennedy in the top of the 8th inning. Here's a full count pitch. That's a grounder toward first. Votto has it, steps on the base, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So the Cubs add to their lead. It is now a 2-run lead going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Rosenthal coming out for inning of work number 2 because apparently Kerry Woods decided he took his blood pressure medication this morning. He's fine. He's going to watch Rosenthal continue to work for a while. Rosenthal will face Suarez, Barnhart, and Akiyama in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Rosenthal. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Rosenthal gets him on the slider outside for the first strikeout of the inning, 2nd of his appearance so far. Barnhart now batting with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Tucker Barnhart. That's a grounder towards second. Cabrera has it, throws over to first, and that is out number 2. Akiyama will now bat, and he will face the new Cub reliever, Sean Doolittle. Doolittle comes in with 38 innings worked, 13 walks, 34 strikeouts, 2.37 ERA. He is facing Akiyama with a 2-run lead and 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a 1-ball pitch from Sean Doolittle as he looks for the sign, comes set, and delivers the pitch. Popped up center field, Bradley coming in. This should be it. He makes the catch for out number 3. We go to the top of the 9th inning. It is a 6-4 Cub lead. Ian Happ leading off for the Cubs in the top of the 9th. He is pitch hitting for the pitcher's spot, batting from the left side against the righty Ian Kennedy. Here's a full count pitch to Ian Happ. And that is low for ball 4. Well, Happ takes his base. That's walk number 30 for him on the season. And it brings up Asdrubal Cabrera. The Reds are going to bring in a new reliever. Lefty Cody Reed is going to come into the game. He steps onto the mound with 16 1/3 innings worked, 13 walks, 19 strikeouts, and an 8.82 ERA. He's giving up almost 1 run in every inning he works. So Reed facing Cabrera with Happ on first and nobody out. Here's a full count pitch from Cody Reed. That's a swing and a miss for strike 3. He chased a fastball that was up, and he could not catch up with it. Chris Bryant now the batter. 0 for 2 today. Bryant facing Reed with 1 out and a runner on first. Here's a full count pitch to Chris Bryant. He takes low for ball 4. So Bryant draws his walk. That is 48 on the season for him. Brings up Xander Bogaerts with 1 out, runners on first and second. Here's an 0-2 pitch to Xander Bogaerts. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a fastball at 94, and Bogaerts was just behind it. So Santana now batting. He's stepping up from the right side against the lefty Reed. With 2 outs, runners on first and second. Cubs looking to extend this lead once again in the top of the 9th inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Santana. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him on the sinker. So Santana strikes out to end the inning. The Cubs strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is a 6-4 Cub lead. And Edwin Diaz will come out to work for the Cubs and attempt to earn this save. He will face Galvis, the pitcher's spot, and then Van Meter in the 9th inning. Diaz has thrown 44 1/3 innings, 20 walks, 67 strikeouts, and a 3.45 ERA. Facing Galvis, here is the first pitch from Diaz in the bottom of the 9th inning. He's looking for the sign, nods him off, and here's the pitch. Grounder toward first, Santana snags it, steps on the base, and that is out number 1. Senzel now the batter. He is pinch hitting for the pitcher's spot. With 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Diaz. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Diaz records the punch out for out number 2. And now Josh Van Meter comes up with the Reds down to their final out. Diaz facing Van Meter. Here's a 1-strike pitch. And that is hit high and hard to deep left field. That is going to leave the ballpark. This is a 1-run game as Tauschman turns and watches it leave the stadium. 391 feet out to left field, about 5 rows up in the left field stands. And now Joey Votto is the batter. Reds down 6-5 with 2 outs and nobody on base. Votto waiting for the first pitch from Diaz. Here it comes. Grounder toward short. Bogaerts has it, throws over to first, and that will end the game. So the Cubs are victorious 6-5 in Cincinnati. They earn a 2-game sweep of the Reds. The Cubs have 6 runs on 6 hits with 2 errors committed. The Reds 5 runs on 7 hits with no errors. The player of today's game is the Cubs' Asdrubal Cabrera. He went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, a walk, a run scored, and he hit 2 doubles in the game. No home runs. The Cubs starter Mike Clevenger only goes 3 innings, allows 4 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 2 home runs allowed. Fernandez, working 2 innings of relief, gets the win. Loaiza, Rosenthal, and Doolittle each earn holds, and then Diaz gets his 3rd save as a Cub. Working the 9th inning, he did allow the solo home run, but ultimately held the lead. The Reds' Trevor Bauer drops to 11-6. He worked 4 innings of 5-hit, 5-run baseball with 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. And that will be our ball game. The Cubs improved to 57-63, while the Reds dropped their 7th in a row. They go to 63-56. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.